Hey guys, welcome back to Match from my desk. Today I'll be writing equations in standard form given certain things like an equation 1 y equals mx plus b, the slope and the y-intercept, or a point. So let's go ahead and start. So first, it's important to recognize the equation y equals mx plus b over here. Sorry about that. Y equals mx plus b. So in y equals mx plus b, we know m as the slope, and m is also equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 given points x1, y1, and x2, y2. And where b over here is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is the point at which the line crosses the y-axis. So let's go ahead and continue. And then we have the form here, ax plus bx equals c. So this form is known as the standard form. And the whole point of this video is being able to derive this form from the form of y equals mx plus b, in which I will show how to do through problems. So let's go ahead and start these problems. So now we're given slope is negative 3 over 5 and y-intercept is 5. So I can write this as m equals negative 3 over 5 and b is equal to 5. And we know the equation y equals mx plus b. So I can rewrite this as y is equal to negative 3/5 x plus 5. Because all I did is plug in m and b over here. So now if we want to reach standard form, which is ax plus bx is equal to c, I'm going to multiply both of these by 5. And you might be asking, why do you multiply by 5? It's simply because I have a fraction here, and I do not want to have this fraction. So I'm going to look at the common denominator, so I can see 5 as 5 over 1. And I see the common denominator between 5 and 1 is 5. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply all of this by 5. And you know in algebra, whatever you do to one part of the equation, you do to the other. So you also multiply y over here by 5. So I can rewrite this as 5y is equal to negative 3x plus 25. And now I can derive the standard form. So I'm going to add 3x to both sides. And I'm left with 5y plus 3x is equal to 25. So now let's move on to the second question here. So we have a slope of 9 and a y-intercept of 4. So m is equal to 9 and b is equal to 4. We write y is equal to 9x plus 4. Here we don't have a fraction, so we don't need to multiply by any common factor. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to have y minus 9x is equal to 4. And this right here should be a correct answer. So let's go ahead and move on to the next question now. So we have the equation already given to us in y equals mx plus b form. So we have y equals negative 7 over 5x plus 1. So same idea here. I can see this 1 over 5, 1 as 1 over 1, sorry. And I see a common factor here of 5 between 5 and 1. So I multiply this side by 5. And I'm also going to multiply this side by 5. So I'm left with 5y is equal to negative 7 over 5 times 5 is negative 7 because the 5 will cancel out. So I have negative 7x, and then plus 1 times 5 is 5. And now I'm going to go ahead and add 7x to both sides. So I have 5y plus 7x is equal to 5. Now moving on to the next problem here. Y equals 3 over 2x plus 5. The slope is 2 over 2x and the y-intercept is 5. So let's go ahead and solve this. So we see a common denominator here between 1 and 2. Common factor is 2. And so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So I have 2y is equal to 3 over 2 times 2 is just 3 because the 2's will cancel out. 3x. And then I have plus 5 times 2 is just 5 plus 2 is just 10. Sorry, 5 times 2 is 10. So I can, sorry here, it left me. Let me just rewrite this here. We derived 2y is equal to 3x plus 10. And now I can go ahead and subtract 3x from both sides. And I have 2y minus 3x is equal to 10. Let's move on now to this set of problems. Now through the points negative 3 and 2, and the points 0 and negative 1. So we can solve for m and for y. So we know m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is my x1, this is my y1, my x2, my y2. So let's go ahead and solve this. So now we have negative 1 minus 2, which is negative 3, over 0 minus 3, which is just 3. So I have negative 3 over 3, which is equal to negative 1. And now I can solve for b by writing it in y equals mx plus b form. So I can rewrite this as y equals negative x plus b, because I just plugged in the slope here, over here, negative 1x. And given the condition 0 and negative 1, I can plug in 0 for x, and I have negative 1 for y. So negative 1 is equal to 0x plus b, is equal to negative 1 times 0 plus b. Negative 1 times 0 is 0, so negative 1 is equal to b. So now I can solve for my form here. So y equals negative x minus 1. I'm going to go ahead and add x to both sides. So y plus x is equal to negative 1. Now to the next problem here. So we have 2.04 and negative 1, negative 1. So let's go ahead and solve for this. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to do 4 plus 1, because minus 1 is plus 1, so 5. Divided by 0 minus 1, which is just 1. So m is equal to 5. Now solving for b, we know y is equal to 5x plus b. And we have initial condition 0, 4. So 4 is equal to 5 times 0 plus b. 5 times 0 is 0, so 4 is equal to b. So I can rewrite this as y is equal to 5x plus 4. I can subtract 5x from both sides, and I get y minus 5x is equal to 4. And this would be my answer.